I want to talk a little bit about your marketing strategy today, specifically your networking strategy. So, by about 5 years in business, I think that most business owners in the wedding industry should be getting about 80% of their business from the relationships that they have. Now, this isn't true for everybody, but I think that if you've been laying the groundwork for relationships, you should be getting a majority from that word of mouth. So, from venues, from other wedding professionals, from photographers, you should be getting relationships from other wedding people. So, in order to do that, you need to have a networking strategy. And I think the mistake that a lot of people make in the industry is that they approach networking very passively. And what I mean by that is they attend a networking event or they join an organization and they go to the meetings. And that's it. They're going there, they're observing, they're shaking hands, maybe they're exchanging cards, and that's it. I'd like you to be thinking about your networking more strategically. So first of all, you need to back up a little bit and think, who's my target market? Who do I want to be working with? Then you need to take a step back and say, who are the vendors they're working with? What are the venues that those people are getting married at? Who are the photographers they're working with? What are the wedding planners they're working with? Who are the designers they're working with? Think of all the people on that team that may be servicing that ideal client. Not the client you're already working with, because sometimes that's different, right? We're working here and maybe you want to work here. I want you to be thinking about that person you want to be working with. So sit down and make a list of the venues that they're getting married at, the planners that they're working with, photographers, all down the line. Venues are a really great source of that because that's typically the first decision that people make, or sometimes it's planning, sometimes it's photography, right? But make a list of those places and people that are part of those decisions for that ideal client that you want to be working with, and make it a point to be meeting those people. Now, meeting those people can happen in a one-on-one, but a lot of times, sometimes it's hard to have those one-on-ones because people are busy. They get lots of emails from one-on-ones. Make it a point to find out what sort of organizations do those people belong to? What sort of events are they themselves attending? Where are they networking? What are the sorts of things that they like? Make it a point to comment on their social media and start engaging in some conversations online so that they know who you are. And that's how you start establishing the relationship, because the seed that you plant now may lead to referrals in another year, 2 years, 3 years. Sometimes it takes even longer, but you have to start now. So if you know that there's a venue that would be a really great source of business for you, approach that venue. Ask them, see if you can do a walkthrough and say you're trying to learn a little bit more about their space and that it might be a great match for one of your clients, and get to know them. That first reach out should really just be about getting to know that person and who they are, as opposed to just selling yourself or your services. Because again, that seed you plant now can lead to business in years down the road, but you need to start now. And you need to be very strategic with those relationships you're making, and not just going about it passively and shaking hands with people that may not be a good fit for you, that may not be working with your target client. It is important to be friendly with everybody, for sure. More people you know, the better. But when you really get strategic about your networking, you start targeting those specific people that you might be able to work with, that's where you become a lot more successful in your eventual marketing and sales goals. So I hope that helped you today.